Alright, so one last thing about this top section here. If you create a top section, like for the food page, you'll notice all of the stuff that's inside of all these parts of speech arrays is now stuff that I've associated to the business page. It compares to the business page I've got for Bill Murray.
You got pot, tomato. I could squeeze you in for a breakfast.
So the way I did that was, if you go to the BizWords folder and you open up the text file, you'll see that there's all the stuff that I just created a top section. You can access it by clicking BizWords after you load the business that you've got the words associated with. And those are all the words that are in here. And the way it saves it in such a way that the board knows which category to stuff them in. So
biscuits, corn, potatoes.
Those are in here. And what's cool about that is whenever you click these precursors down here, the ones that pop up in the randomized list are just the ones that you've got for that business page.
You guys have got an ad!
You have been the Ghostbusters.
Y'all get the chance?
You have potatoes.
But I have. Some white chocolate?
And you can go back and forth between the original, so every part of speech on the board, or the food by clicking this. So now if I open up these, it's going to be everything. Whereas if I go like that, it's just going to be the ones for that business. Now I just started adding all the nouns and stuff for the parts of speech for the Bill Murray board, so there isn't a whole lot in there. But like for Jack, if I click the original ones, and then I went inside any of these pop-up letters, there'd be like 5-6 pages of stuff in there. And then if I click back to the food one, if I clicked it, there'd be probably almost an entire page of just one category for the food page. I've got the whole thing is filled up with stuff. And you can have it go off the edge of the screen too, if you want. If you don't ever intend to use it, like for
Drink,
Biz.
you just want to associate words with the parts of speech category, so you don't have to worry if you, like a lot of times I'll just put like singular nouns in this slot and I'll just keep going. I'll add every singular noun that I think will work with that category. Even if it goes off the screen, I'll just keep adding it, because I'm only worried about associating them with the business page. Now you can click the BizWords and it'll load them up, like I've got them loaded, and then you can edit it. So you might not want to have it go off the page. So you just basically want to be careful about what you put in there, because if you do end up going off the side here, you won't really be able to edit it unless you delete a bunch of stuff that comes before it, and the list starts advancing back this way, and you'll see what you got off the edge. But I was just saying you don't have to worry. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not in there. Like if I start deleting these,
chocolate.
there's the end of the list right there. Alright, so it automatically puts all the stuff that you've got in the BizWords file, and we can go back and forth between the original ones on the board and the one just for that business by clicking this button right here. So that's what I wanted to show you about that. Now on to the stories. Let's see, do I have any?
Well, your information here, that's not true. It's a
I don't even know if I have any stories created. Go to the stories folder, and I've got one. So if you click it, you'll see
John Calzone.
This is Gil. Marvin. Sandsman. Tell me about Scrooge.
So what it's doing is it's playing a random selection from this pop-up, and then a random selection from this one. And how I got it to do that was, if you go inside the stories folder and you open it up, you see I've got first names, comma, last names, and that corresponds to the name of this pop-up. Like if you click and hold, and you don't release over an MP3, you see the name of the pop-up. And so if you just either release the mouse somewhere off of the pop-up, or if you just hit any key above your space bar, then you can see what the name of the pop-up is. So that's seriously 96. And the numbers at the end are just remnants of the old Hybrid 3 and the boards that came before that. They're no significance. But anyway.
Right.
So basically my point is that when you're making stories, and I'll make a brand new story. I'll show you how to make a story from scratch.